People are strange. Something strange.
Is that strange?
That is strange.
That is strange.
Wow, that is strange. This is strange.
And welcome to another episode of Strange Sauna, everybody. This is going to get wild, everybody. The updates in the Charlie Kirk shooting, the assassination, they're just off the chain, dude. Like, this is becoming an unbelievable movie script that I can't believe anymore. Like, this is just, he's a man of steel. His neck catches a bullet, a .306. You got to be kidding. And then all of a sudden you're finding out there was no autopsy done. Candace Owens is out there getting all this information about who knows what. Apparently, you know, like Tyler Robinson wasn't even at UVU that day. Dude, we're going to break it all down. What's going on, Flex?
Yeah, who knew this would turn into three episodes, you know, of an hour and 15 minutes each. I think the only reason why it's gone that long is because they keep putting out dumb shit.
They do.
You know, they're just putting out dumb shit that it's not even like we're picking apart and making stuff up.
Right.
It's very obvious. Right off the bat, Charlie Kirk and anybody on TV, they play a character. Guys, I'm playing a character. You know, my name is Flex. I wear sunglasses. We got the G-Man here. Like, we're playing characters.
Well, I mean, we're pretty close to what at least I am. Flex.
Well, yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, well, no, but I mean,
I gotta know.
I do talk like this, and I do wear sunglasses all the time, but, you know, we're having fun here. Charlie Kirk's character was assassinated. Whether he was assassinated, but that character is gone, and it's moved on, and you can see how quickly they're moving forward with certain things that we're going to talk about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like the TP USA has a plan, and they put Erica Kirk in charge of that plan. And I mean, we're going to talk about Erica Kirk and a little bit of her background too, and her family, and just kind of, can we trust that? I don't know. Honestly, I don't trust any of them.
I don't. And I'm going to be honest. I had no interest in watching the whatever that was last week, because that wasn't a funeral or that wasn't a celebration of life. That was a MAGA rally last week. I've seen enough videos on it, and we'll take apart a few things on that, but it's just kind of like, where's Charlie's parents? Where's his sister?
Exactly.
You know,
like his family wasn't at the memorial.
Your husband just got executed in front of the world, and you're not spending time with your kids. And
dude, there's just so much.
And the acting is so bad. It's so bad.
Dude, I like Dex in the chat. Erica is building 7.
She yes. Finally, Dexter has said something that I can agree with. No, yeah. We talk about it. We talk about it all the time, and he's always like, JJ, you know, like, why do we care? Not why do we care about? How does this change stuff? And I says, this is the 9/11 that they wanted for like shock factor and just really destroying the sides even more. Everyone's sort of just so separated on it. But I think with this, their goal was to harm and really put it to the Christians, you know, and I could, okay. And I saw a few videos on it. I'm like, listen, you can talk scripture, you can wear a cross. That doesn't mean you're a man of God, you know. And I think what's happening is we're seeing a lot of people think Charlie is a man of God, this, and that. And I'm just like, follow the money. Watch what we've been showing for 3 episodes, and I don't trust any of these people anymore.
Well, I mean,
they're targeting Christians with this,
exactly,
obviously. Yeah.
Well, let's pick apart bullet point number 1, which is the bullshit. The neck stopped the bullet. Okay, so
what? But he's Superman.
I know. We had right after our last show of last week. This man, Andrew Colvett, came out. Apparently, he is the Christian proud husband and father, TP USA spokesman, executive producer of the Charlie Kirk Show.
There it is, so, Christian, right? Right there.
He is a Christian. He comes out and says, I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into the most kind of online chatter, and I apologize, this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there was or there was not an exit wound is probably another miracle. And I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. I might have to talk like Batman when I do this.
You
He
should.
said the bullet, quote, absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc. Okay, I'm going to stop just doing the crazy stuff.
I like that. I was getting right into it.
Yeah, it brings you in, right? But that was a quote.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something right now. This is all stickity
Let me
wiggity
tell
whack.
you this.
Everyone's on crack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cream rises to the top. So this guy continues on his tweet. He says, but it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to this to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent. And he replied, quote, it is an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him, too. In the end, the coroner did not find the bullet, or the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable, miraculous, and bullshit. I mean,
And he didn't have an autopsy. So is a coroner and autopsy the same thing? I'm a little confused now.
yeah, usually the coroner performs the autopsy, right?
Yeah. So he's, I don't know. I don't know.
Right. Well, and that
That's
was
weird.
and that was a video that came out today or yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday. Yeah.
And I want to play that really quick now that we're on that topic. But this is the Utah dispatcher confirming that Charlie did not receive an autopsy. Okay, so let's listen to this, and I want to catch something here. This is I want to see if you guys catch it too. Listen to the numbers here. Nope.
No, I can't hear that.
Oh, you can't hear that?
No.
Okay, hold on a second. I might have to like reconfigure this thing.
Yeah. Could you guys hear that? Because I couldn't hear that.
No, you probably can't. Every time I restart this thing, I have to reconfigure the sound, and it's.
Ooh, it's the ghost of PMA. Yeah, you need
I know,
a new
right?
system, brother.
You guys can hear that now,
There,
right?
there we go.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to restart this. Here we go.
So I did do the request. They emailed me back. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
Oh, okay. Can you just do a field clip documenting that?
I'm sorry, 10-9?
Can you just add us up to the case documenting that there was no autopsy? And
287, I'll clear the hospital.
I need an officer at Timpanogos Hospital to come stage in the emergency room bay.
Jesse just told me that he just got on the phone and Charlie's wife is coming to Signature and they're bringing a car over here for her right now.
Charlie's wife is coming to land at Signature, you said?
Sir, and Jesse's going to go to Duncan right now and pick up a car for her.
Okay. I'm a little confused because that's what Corey just said. They said they were landing it.
So
Okay, so the video just started over. Sorry, I got a little something in my throat. But did you guys catch what's going on? So it opens up with the Utah dispatcher saying, so I did do the blah, 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 and I spoke to this person, and they said that they didn't do an autopsy and all that stuff. And the reporter or whoever said that is like, hey, would you be willing to, can I put that down and document that? And the closed caption on this video says, can I? Like the Utah dispatcher saying, like, can I? Excuse me, can I? But he's actually saying, excuse me, 10-9, because 10-9 is a common phrase for like, hey, can you repeat that sentence? I didn't catch that. You got to repeat yourself.
Right.
10-9. And
Right.
when was Charlie shot? 9-10, right?
Yeah.
I just thought that was like, what are we talking about? Like 10-9,
And there's
9-10?
there's a lot of that number floating around with the movie Snake Eyes, which we'll probably talk about as well.
Dude, yeah.
The music video that his wife was in, and she's ziplining past the building that says the same thing. It's just I look, I know they love their dates and shit like that. And when we say we mean the people we don't trust, the left, the woke, the psychopaths. I think both sides are psychopathic. Because if this wasn't real, and at this point, honestly, folks, like I said, I think his character is done, and maybe he is in Valhalla doing his thing. And
He's in Valhalla, man.
That's it. We'll see if they stop booking trips to Valhalla like they do with Antarctic, because they don't want people going down there.
Right.
Like, I don't see her sad.
Yep.
Like you should be. I don't see any of his parents and his sister.
Yep.
I don't see things that I would expect to see in a 9/11 type travesty, which this is the 9/11 travesty of this generation now. That our second one, because our first, it would be 9/11 be the first one.
Well, then I mean, the big C little V right there, dude. Like 2020 was a big.
I totally forgot about that one. Yeah, that's true.
But let's go into this Snake Eyes really quick, and I do want to clarify something, because a lot of people were saying, you guys. Okay, well, let take a step back. So in 1998, this film Snake Eyes comes out, right? Nicolas Cage, he's like this bodyguard guy or whatever. There is the I forget what his title is, like Department of Defense guy or whatever.
Yep.
His name is Charles Kirkland, and he gets shot in the neck, assassinated in the neck, and it looks exactly like Charlie Kirk, Charles Kirkland, right? Yep. And they're attending this boxing match between something Tyler and Ruiz. So Tyler versus Ruiz, and Tyler just happens to be Tyler Robinson, right?
His nickname is the Executioner.
Right. And so, like, I have this picture here. This is a still frame from the video. And the guy's name is Tyler the Executioner.
Executioner, yeah.
But the date, a lot of people are getting this wrong. So they're saying it was September 10th, but this is September 19th. And I did some research on my own, okay? Because I got some Paramount Plus access. And I went and I watched the HD version of this, and I confirmed that it is September 19th, not September 10th. So I just want to clear that up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I did.
There's a 9 and a 1, but there's no extra 1 there. So, I was always looking for the 911. But there's just a lot of, Jesus, there's just a lot of coincidences with things like that. And with the music video that she was in, and she's ziplining past this electronic billboard, and it has the date on there as well.
I think I have a video on that too. And when we get into Erica,
maybe people are going into an AI program and changing it just so like we can talk about it.
Well, no, I think what they're doing is they're sharing a very blurred picture of it. And so like when you look at this one, you can see it's raining, because I mean there is literally like a storm happening in this scene. Yeah. And so people are taking a screenshot, and then when they're taking a screenshot of a screenshot of a screen, it just gets blurry.
Yeah.
And it looks like a 0, like the 9 looks like a 0, but it's the 19th. So
yeah. And if you haven't seen the movie, folks, it's a good movie. Like,
right. It's a thriller.
Go watch. The opening scene's 3, 4, 5 minutes long, and it's shot in one take with a steady cam. This is coming from a movie guy.
Yeah.
I was like, they don't cut away.
Yeah.
For the whole beginning of it, which is quite amazing. Just as a movie buff, like these movies, they tend to give away stuff sometimes.
Dude, well, apparently, like the guy who was setting up the whole, because he was, I forget who this was. It was like the Department of Defense guy who got shot, and he got set up by a guy doing a deal with Israel, like a weapons deal with Israel or something.
Yeah.
Money with Israel
for missiles or something.
And
right?
I was like, really?
But they've been doing that for years, is their partnership with other countries and giving them weapons, stockpiling, helping other countries stockpile weapons to start wars and stuff like that. Because both sides get paid on with a war, So that's why every movie will talk about, how many years did we think, we don't trust Russia? I mean, look at Rocky V. They made the Russian look bad. He's in the gym taking steroids, and Stallone is out in the log cabin lifting, logs, even though Stallone is jacked to the gills. It's their way of doing it through movies,
right.
So make Israel look bad. I mean, they're not in very good light right now with a lot of stuff, but it's the same thing, right? They'll never make, when I say they, I mean the US, will never make themselves look bad. In certain films, they always come off as the hero, but unfortunately, they're not.
Well, hey, the winners of war will rewrite the history the way they want it.
That's it.
And there was on the thumbnail, there was some breaking footage from a different camera angle that I saw, and I shared this in the Telegram chat. If you guys aren't in Telegram or on Telegram, look up Strange Sauna, and then I have you just click on the discuss button and you can join the chat. And that's where I share a lot of this stuff that I found throughout the week. And there was this video footage. So remember the guy with the brown shirt who lifts up his sleeve as soon as the shot is heard around the world, right?
Yeah, he's pressing something.
Right. And so this was it was kind of suspicious because who does that? Just they're resting their arm and just goes like this, just because that literally that action will do nothing for you. You're not securing your sleeve. You're not going around and making sure it's tight somewhere. You literally just.
And it's not like he's diabetic where they have the thing behind and he's adjusting it. He's touching right here, but it's not him touching his arm. It's what he does afterwards.
Right. Where he runs and jumps. And that's what I didn't know. Let me see if I can pull this up here so I can show you guys who I'm talking about while we're talking about him. But he's the guy in the brown shirt and it looks like a military style shirt, but it's really just like a plaid shirt.
Yeah.
And
he hopped that barrier as if he was running the hurdles for the next Olympics there in LA. Jesus, he's whoop.
Right.
Okay,
hold on. I'm going to get this open. I don't know if the sound is going to share, so let me plop on. Can you guys hear that?
Yep.
Okay. So going back over to this guy, it's this guy with the, the highlight on him, right?
Yep.
And if you watch this and you listen to the sound of the bullet, it happens simultaneously, right?
Great.
Boom. He's lifting up his shirt.
Great.
Boom.
Gain violence. Great.
Boom. And then he immediately does a little flex move where he's like, did that work? And then if you watch the full video, he kind of grabs onto the post and then he jumps over and the jumping over. I didn't know this guy's part of the intel team or whatever the team is going on here.
Well, he must be, for the fact that he was able to jump over and get in the mix with everybody, hand off or take something from somebody, and then kind of disappear. It's very strange.
Yeah. Oops. I don't know why this is over here now. Hold on. So this is another angle where you can kind of see this guy, and I'll just kind of turn this down. But he jumps over the barrier here. Let's see if I can get this going here. See, here he comes.
Yeah, that's fast.
He comes running in, jumps, and this just replays over and over again, right? So I had no idea that this guy actually was part of everything.
Yeah.
Because I just thought he was some random dude pulling up a sleeve. But then now you think about it, he pulls up a sleeve at the exact same time you hear the shot, and you're thinking, well, yeah, why would he do that? Because your action is not serving a purpose. It's like you're lifting up at the corner and that's not even a part of the shirt that would sag. What are you trying to do here, bro? So it brings into a lot of questions of did this guy pull something that activated a squib or activated a detonation inside of either Charlie Kirk's microphone, his lapel, the exploding pagers, exploding mics? Yeah,
which I'm hearing, which actually would make sense with the way his shirt pops off, the way he falls to the opposite side. That would explain why nobody else got shot, maybe, or hit by the bullet if it came from here. And then it's when he comes off, I don't know if you have a video of him when they're all scurrying around behind and they're handing shit to each other. It's just really strange.
Yes, I do have that. So this is the guy, and you see his shirt is very plaid. And it doesn't look that way. And his sleeves are not rolled up. That's like a short sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
But you see something in his pocket, and people are speculating. I mean, this looks like a can of chew to me. Honestly, it looks like
could be. It honestly could be.
Right.
But if you go back a second there, like again, I'm looking at Charlie's arm. Like it looks cut out. It looks weird.
Yeah.
It just looks weird.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is that a Mountain Dew? What the hell is that guy drinking? That is like bright yellow. It looks like flavored water or something, but
flavored water or something.
But yeah,
but
so
blood would be pouring out.
Exactly. Where is the blood?
Would be pouring out. Like seriously, they would be covered in this shit. It would be all over probably both his arms, laying on the ground. Like that's just, I'm just kind of looking at it. But I'm looking at Charlie's arm there, and it looks like it's kind of like cut out, CG'd in. I don't know. It just Dexter's still in the.
I mean, there's a little bit of blood on his thumb, but that's about it.
That's it.
And I do have that video. I'm going to play this video because this guy talks about it possibly being a squib. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here, let me turn this up. Where you see the crew jump in behind, and then I guess we can just listen to this here. I'll turn it down just a little bit.
Watch the dude as he grabs the squib off of Charlie, puts it in his pocket. Watch closely. The one guy grabs the squib, gives it to the guy with the polo. He puts it in his pocket. Now the other guy that I once said, press the remote for the squib, takes the remote, puts it in the other guy's pocket.
Yeah, they're exchanging something for sure.
Right.
So the first guy gets the squib that was on the neck. Watch closely.
So the first guy.
So, boom.
This guy jumping over right here. He's saying this guy in the light blue plaid grabs whatever device off of Charlie Kirk's neck, right?
Shot. There's a guy with the blue, puts it in his pocket. Here's the guy with the remote, puts it in his pocket.
See, they hand it off.
Scene. Yeah. I told you guys. The guy with the brown shirt, when he pulled up his shirt, he was pressing the remote for the squib. And there you have it.
So, I mean.
And here you have it.
What do we think here,
Watch
people?
the dude.
Great.
Again, here's him doing
violence.
it.
Great. Gang violence. Great.
As soon as he lifts it up. It happens as soon as he lifts his shirt.
Yeah. What this is doing, really, like I said, it's tugging on the hearts of Christians. I watched a few videos on it. One lady really broke it down quite well, being like, this is how they get the Christians now to go along with some of the stuff that they're going to put in place, down the road, more surveillance, more, I don't know, the Palantir stuff. Like I can just see it, and it's tugging on the hearts with them because, I see even in the not these comments, but even the comments about the memorial, a lot of people are saying this is BS, but then a lot of people are saying I'm so upset and I was in tears. And I'm like, yeah, if it really did happen. But at this point, we got to be honest. We have to check our egos aside here and be like, hey, it's okay to know that they're pulling a fast one on us with something.
Dude.
I'm not sure what, but something. Because when we say it about the left, we get upset when the left doesn't want to go, I almost feel like lately, especially with Strange Sauna, is we're trying to awaken the people that are awake to say the side that you think is right may not be right. That's why it's a little upsetting sometimes.
Yeah, question everybody, everything.
Question everything.
Because they want you to trust them, so that way if someone speaks out against them, you get all emotional, you get angry, and you're like, you defend them for themselves. Like, they don't need to defend themselves, you do it.
This was targeting Christians, and maybe he was a Christian, maybe he wasn't, but because you speak verses and the Bible, a couple, parts of the Bible, and wearing the cross, and I just look at it being like anyone can do that, right? Anyone can do that.
Yeah,
and I'm just
they can fake it, right?
Yeah,
but check this out, dude. This cameraman
is the most calm cameraman in the world.
This guy right here. And this guy, they're just sitting behind the scenes waiting for stuff to roll out. Look at this.
Yeah.
As soon as the shot goes off,
so
here he goes.
Cameraman.
Roll camera guy. Here we go. I mean, he literally is just sitting there
Yeah.
And he's getting it kind of ready, you know. I was like, okay, well, now's the time.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can, because I know this is playing some music, so don't worry. Yeah, I'm just going to turn the music off. But there he goes. As soon as the shot goes off, he knows that's his cue to just, nope, I know they're coming around back. This is them doing the exchange.
Yeah.
The guy in the blue plaid grabs whatever. Yeah, you get a nice close up right there. He's grabbing something. And then this guy in the blue polo, he's even grabbing something right here.
Yeah. It could be if the mic was used to kill him, they could be grabbing the mic. They could be grabbing the squib. They could be grabbing the detonator. They could be shoving Charlie into that hatch underneath and pulling out another body that they carried. Like, guys, like, listen, they did this at 9/11. Like, you know, who's to say this side didn't do it as well? Like, there's no more sides anymore, unfortunately. It's just like they're both playing us.
He grabs the rest of
Oh, here we go. Let's listen.
hand off. Here he is. Look, there's the other hand off. That's the guy that we thought had the palm pistol. I don't know if it was a detonator or palm pistol now.
Okay, so this guy's breaking it down.
Pocket. Here comes our guy in green. Yep. Watch him come around and hand it to him.
And look at this guy. This guy is sitting here recording something or taking a picture.
And then this guy jumps on his phone. The other guy runs out. He's gone, baby. Gone. Charlie Kirk's still on the ground here. The shot has just taken place. That guy's gone.
I mean, it looks like that guy in the blue just took a picture. He opened his phone and like I'm looking at his fingers. He's not texting.
He's either texting someone that the job was done.
He held, because you know how you have to hold down your picture button. He did that.
Yeah.
He just like held it and then he is walking away now. Look at him. I mean, it's like these guys are perfectly set in the perfect spot to capture and give us the video footage of what they want us to see.
Right? Listen, if it is the movie, then this has been rehearsed, right? This has been rehearsed.
Well, and like you were saying, how many cell phones were at this event? And we've only seen, what, 7 or 8 angles of this thing?
Yeah. And someone in the chat even said, you know, let's think about this. What happens if the first 25, 50 rows are actors, you know? And there were real people, but the real people are sitting further away and the people in the front are actors. That way you can't get a good shot of it. Like I saw a video last night, and again, don't know, but this guy was zooming in on the crowd like we did with the Will Smith music video, and some of the faces looked very AI and blurred and really weird. Ooh. But and this is why I didn't share it, because I want to look more into it, because it's the only one that I saw so far. But again, I noticed that he was rotoscoped out. They had done something to Charlie the first day, and I'm like, they're hiding maybe where the bullet came from. It's a crime scene, like we said last week. They just tore shit up and changed it. You can't do it's not like he got shot and survived. Dude got shot and like died probably instantly, if that's the case.
Right.
That's a crime scene.
You know, and then if it wasn't a squib, if this was like a real bullet and it was like an exploding detonator thing, let me just let me go through that real quick. That whole exploding detonator idea, because I found this thread on X and I saved it to Telegram just because I screenshot everything, because you never know what they're going to take down, dude. And this guy, John Bray, you guys can go follow him at John Aaron Bray. He's on X. He goes through all this idea. And so he basically says, like, based solely on my analysis of the 2 angles of the events on September 10th, I've come to the conclusion that this was the object that struck Charlie Kirk in the neck. And it shows this lavalier mic, or this magnetic mic, right? And he's just saying the DJI Mic 2 is a wireless microphone with a rectangular magnetic clasp. This device has a 300 milliamperage hour battery. I don't know. Maybe that's right. That weighs 8 grams. Right. And it shows you how it clips onto the shirt. On that day, Charlie had the microphone mounted with the bulk of the device underneath his shirt. You can kind of see that's what that black speck was. Remember, everybody's like, the black speck moves to his hole in his neck, but it's still there. It's just notice that the magnetic clasp on his shirt and the angle that it rests. This is the battery for the DJI Mic 2 transmitter that was underneath Charlie's shirt. This is an 8-gram, 300 milliamp hour battery. I honestly don't know if I'm saying that right. It's an MAH battery that's unique in that it's very easy to swap. A 2-gram charge of the PETN would match the power of a 30
odds. Yeah, 30 odd 6 they call it. I think is what it's called.
That's like, oh, okay. So that's the round.
That's
so
the
he's
bullet.
saying
that's the round he supposedly got hit with. Yeah.
Okay, so if this thing exploded, he's saying that's the amount of power that the bullet, the 30-06 would have. It would match that. And
Very
I don't
close
know.
to it, yeah.
And it says, and leave the 75% of the battery functional, undetected. So, like, it would only take 25% of the battery to blow this thing up.
Yeah. And that's why people behind are scurrying around, because if it was the battery inside that, they want to grab it.
Yes.
Because there'd be residue. If residue is left on the battery and the battery's touching the ground, then the ground has residue on it, like gunshot residue. So that's why it may not have been like they were looking for the bullet. You know, maybe they were just trying to clean it up because they're going to come out and say there was an explosive.
Yes, dude.
And by the way,
and that's why they tore up the ground.
Yeah, that's it. And a lot of people have commented how this is the only time they've seen Charlie ever wear a white shirt. He's always wearing a black shirt.
Oh.
You know, I don't know why.
Well, yeah, and isn't it weird that he has freedom on his shirt and he dies? So it's like this is the death of freedom.
Yeah.
Like how symbolic is that?
They're
the turning point.
Like I said, they're tugging on the heartstrings of any, even if you're not conservative, there were a lot of people even on the other side that were upset about this, but they're really tugging on the heartstrings on people. The memorial or the MAGA rally, whatever you call that, same thing. It's just like
it's nonstop.
You know,
well, so this guy goes forward with this tweet. He says you can see the shock wave travel from the DJI Mic 2 outward. His neck and ears quake with the force, and his earpiece flies up his body, as his body is slightly lifted from the explosion. His shirt deformation shows a directed blast across the chest with the wave peaking around the neck. Okay. And as the shock wave travels across the body, the magnetic clasp is flung across his body in just a few frames. It disappears into his neck. The wound that appears is the same size of the clasp and displays the flow patterns of the low velocity impact. Right? So he's showing like a trajectory here of how this thing, if it exploded, it would pop right up into his neck.
Yeah.
For all the things shown in multiple camera angles, we don't see any indicators of high velocity impacts. We see a tremendous amount of energy expelled in an instant, but none of the evidence shows any high velocity splatter. However, a rifle was shot, right? So we don't see the blood splatter. Everybody's saying,
no. I've
watched so many gun experts and just gun YouTube videos, and they're like, if the exit wound is where you have the blood spill out. You don't have blood splatter on an entrance wound unless in very rare cases, right?
Yeah. And I've seen them use the silicone or the gel head and neck, and they shoot with the bullets just to show you, and like every bullet would go right through your neck. Now, if this is an act of some kind, you know, maybe he's in hiding, maybe he's testifying, maybe he's, I don't know. I'm just trying to play both sides as to why would they fake this. If it is fake, then that could have been what set off the squib.
Right.
Because he does close his eyes and he prepares himself for it just after he scratches his nose.
He does. He sets off the signal of I'm ready. He presses his nose.
Signal this guy behind him. Goes, scratches his nose.
With or without gang violence. Closes his eyes. Boom. Right?
Yes.
And then it happens.
Yeah.
This is, so he says the spoiler. So he shows the picture of the Rode microphone. And then he has a breakdown diagram here. And it says a mag clip spoiled a clandestine assassination of a prominent political figure. This is the object that struck his neck, a sharp charge hidden in the battery of the Rode Wireless Pro transmitter, detonated, and sent the magnetic clasp flying into his neck. That's his conclusion. So, I mean, that's a theory, dude. I mean, if they have exploding pagers, we've seen exploding pagers with the Hamas, right?
And if it did explode and go into his neck, that's why I think they rotoscoped and masked him out to take away it hitting him. They've definitely have done something to the video where they've taken away and masked out. Masking is in editing, folks, is where you go around and I actually draw a line around Greg and I can cut Greg out and put a different background behind Greg or remove something.
It's like people do the green screen effect, right?
Yeah, while his ring jumps over and stuff like that. Like they fucked with the video. Episode 2 episodes ago, when we talked about this, I was like, yeah, they're fucking with the video. Like, why? And again, there's only a few clips of it because that way the 3 clips that we see, and there's only 2 that show the blood, they can go in and mask it and don't have to do as much if they're getting more and more clips from people. So they did do something to hide something coming from that side, whether it was a squib or he really got shot like that. But if he got shot like that, I think there would have been a lot more blood, especially when they were carrying him.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot it. There's a little bit more to this thread here. So Charlie also had a lavalier microphone cable with 90-degree locking connectors. The explosive force of the shaped charge pulled the microphone from his ear and around his head and all that stuff, right? And then it kind of shows all of this. So I listened to Candace Owens. So Candace Owens has been digging into this because she doesn't trust what the FBI is selling, just like everybody else.
Should we be trusting her too, though?
I know, and that's also a double-edged sword. You always got to be thinking, like, is she telling us the truth, right? Because
if she's still alive, she's one of them.
Right. I mean, she has millions of followers on YouTube, and she's spreading this information. So it's like they're allowing her to sell a story, right?
They take her out in an instant.
But she was saying that Charlie Kirk was not wearing an earpiece like this. And what we saw fling back was his necklace. Because she saw the turning point cameras. Like she saw this footage of this camera back here.
Yeah.
She was allowed to see that for some reason. But I was like, I don't believe that. I don't think
Did she say that? She saw it?
She saw it. Yeah. She said that she saw it.
Oh my God.
And I don't believe that. I don't think that they would show anybody that footage.
What do you think about that being? A lot of people are talking about it was a hologram, and that's a hologram thing behind there.
I mean, that's pretty next level. I don't know about that. I mean, the lack of blood.
If they did use hologram and they're testing it, and now we all fell for it. I mean, I'm always thinking like, man, that's because they said they used holograms on 9/11 with the planes too. You know, like Blue Beam, and I'm just kind of like, wow, like
that would be a lot to pull off, though. You know what I mean?
That'd be a lot. That'd be a lot. You know, you have to be within a 10 by 10 area, but you'd have to be able to control the light better. And when you're outside, you can't control the light as much as you can. Where they've had, like Drake did a hologram show, and he looked like he was in a shipping container, but he was indoors, and you can control the lighting. So
it was shipping container. Weird.
I saw lots of. No kidding. I saw lots of videos earlier this week about being it could be a hologram, and I'm just like,
Well, so just
you're outside.
So going back to this idea, if it was like an exploded device and they wanted to remove the ground to get rid of that residue, I think that is a brilliant theory right there. Yeah. And because I mean, yes, they would bring in a crime scene. Like, why didn't they bring in a crime crew? Why didn't they seal this off and be like, hey, we need to collect evidence here, bro? They didn't do shit.
It's the same with 9/11. Right away, they came in. The FBI came in, and they got rid of most of the steel and sent it over to China. And they kept a couple pieces for their museum and stuff. And I'm like, like that was the biggest crime scene on American soil, and you guys are rapidly coming in, and just
tearing it apart.
Gets all just like you're disinfecting, you're just ruining it all. Like, don't touch anything.
Right. And so,
even
like,
if he didn't die, it's still a crime scene.
Right. And that's just like that is like basic level questions. Like, if you're going to like just don't want to be a conspiracy theorist and you just want to basic question this event, why was there no ambulance there? I mean, there were over 3,000 people there.
You have to by law.
Or at least like certain permits. I don't know what kind of permit did you have, right?
You have to have paramedics when you have anything as big as that.
Right. And like, where is all the blood? There, we see him like getting dragged away. Like, that's not how you pick up a freaking body, by the way. It's like they just. It reminded me of the firefighter that got shot at the Trump rally, right? Comparator Corey, whatever his name was. But so I was thinking, you know, like the whole 33. We're seeing a lot of 33s on this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the hats on the table, they're all 47s. So 4 plus 7 is 11, and there were 3 of them, right? So you got 33 there. Kash Patel literally said, I want to make sure that everybody hears that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he pointed out 33 hours. That's when they caught Tyler Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think about it, what did they put in over the grassy area where Charlie got shot? Bricks. Like Freemasons. Like the masonry. They put in masonry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
And
like tile.
Before this happened, when they did a aerial view, it looked like a menorah that he was standing on.
Absolutely, it was. Yes, it's like he got shot right at the pinnacle that represented the Feast of Trumpets.
Yeah,
but I was looking at the Utah flag where he got shot, and there is a beehive on it, and the beehive is associated with Freemasonry. Like the bees, like they work together, right? Just like Legos, they got to stick together, bro.
Kind of looks like the Epstein building, just shaped a little differently.
You know what I mean? Kind of does, a little bit.
Different color.
What's going on in Utah?
Listen, we're a conspiracy show. Anything we bring up, I'm going to pick it apart.
And they got got the pentagram on there, the 5-point star.
Oh my God, the star.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like,
but then again, you know what I mean? Like they have Donald Trump. Oops. Not that one. Sorry. Donald Trump recently seen with 33 on his cell phone. And it's literally like his hand is covering everything else except for the number 33, like 33 minutes. And people are like, God forbid, 33 minutes into the hour. You know what I mean? And so you could pick this apart, whatever you want. Yeah. But why that time? Why that picture?
But they're starting to make it easy for us. Like just do 133, and then you're like, all right, there it is, enough. It just there's a lot, and I don't know if this is too. I don't know what this is anymore.
It's a calling sign, man. It's saying, hey, we got this. We're in control.
Well, look, they're always going to be in control. There's no draining of the swamp anymore. There's none of that. Like,
well, it's two sides of the swamp,
point,
right?
Like they try to give us a win with Kash Patel saying they've indicted fuckface, whatever his name is, Comey.
Oh yeah. That's going nowhere.
I went any post that talked about it. I went into the comments because I love reading comments, and they all were like, "This is a nothing burger. This is to distract us." The Charlie Kirk thing was to distract us from something.
It is, dude. There's a lot of. I mean, the UK, right? The UK just brought in the digital ID. I mean. Hello.
Canada will be next. Like, Jesus, Murphy, folks. Like
this is a big distraction of what's happening on the world stage, and everybody should be seeing this. But, I mean, it's trending. We're talking about it here because, like, it just doesn't add up, and they're lying to us, obviously. And
they keep adding more bullshit to the lie.
Yeah.
You know, no autopsy. The kid wasn't on the campus.
Dude, yes.
They're not. The FBI is not going to interview him, or they said they didn't interview him. It's like, just stop. It's like 9/11. Like, okay, you put 2 planes into a building, then you demolish both buildings.
Right.
Then you demolish the building and get hit by a plane.
Exactly.
Then a
office
plane
fire.
It's blown out of the sky, hits the ground, no debris. Hits the Pentagon. Where's the plane?
Yeah, where's the plane parts?
Gold was removed, 2 days before from the basement.
Dude.
Molten lava was there for weeks and weeks. Come on, that's like they're doing the same thing here. We didn't know better then. We know better now.
We do, absolutely. And check this out. This is more Freemasonry code that Donald Trump threw out. This guy's a big Q guy, at least from the stuff that I've seen. So I don't know. I mean, just take it for what it is. But he just plays a clip of what Donald Trump says, and I found it interesting.
This is the turning point, and they've left us so many clues. It should be so obvious now. Freemasons. Donald Trump is now doing his talk at Charlie Kirk's funeral, and listen to what he says here.
I got to know him very well, and saw immediately that Charlie was actually a master builder. master builder of people.
Master builder?
He is a master builder.
Charlie was actually a master builder. Master builder of people.
What does that mean? Freemason master builder. Freemasonry is an ancient and honourable fraternity. The Master Builder is a title bestowed upon those who have demonstrated their commitment to the principles of Freemasonry and to their brothers in craft. Freemasonry has been in existence for centuries, and its members have had a profound influence on the development of our society. The Master Builder is a title of great respect, honouring members who have contributed significantly to the advancement of Freemasonry by their dedication and hard work. The Master Builder is a symbol of excellence and dedication to the craft, exemplifying leadership qualities, dedication to the service and devotion to the cause of Masonry. People find that hard to accept. That shooting was staged. You saw all the clues left for us. You saw the hats on the table. 3 of them. 4, 7. That's 11 times 3, it's 33. Charlie Kirk's name, C is 3, K is 11. Patel said that they had the man in custody for 33.
To the family of Charlie Kirk, in honor of his memory, I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump. In 33 hours. 33 hours.
And if you listen to the numbers all added up at the court case for Tyler Robinson.
Listen to this.
The judge.
Polling case 251-403-576. State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson.
33. I don't know how much more obvious we can make it. They've been leaving clues in plain sight for us, but we're now about to find out the truth when it comes to Freemasonry and all the good people that have been fighting for our freedoms against evil from this world. They're all about to come out from the shadows, and we're about to see the truth in plain sight.
So I don't know about that. That's his opinion.
I agree with them. They're telling us the truth.
Yeah.
Because they don't give 2 fucks whether we know or not. They're just moving forward with their agenda. And if, let's say, 50 to 60 or 70% of the population is awake to how governments are and the corruption, like, there needs to be, this is not going to change until people revolt in some way.
Right.
A good part of up here in Canada as well, I would say more than half now are awake to, why do we have these people in the positions they are only to serve themselves, fuck us over, put us in debt, and forget about the evil shit they're doing to kids and stuff. It's like, we're just going to sit here and just talk about it week after week after week. I'd love to be on here one day and say, fucking A, we finally got somebody. Give us a win.
It's been a while. It's been a while, dude. We've been talking about this shit forever.
We haven't had anything. Where's our win? We got nothing.
So before we, we've been going for a good almost an hour here, but I do want to get into Erica Kirk. So this might go a little longer if you're good with that.
Hey,
you good with that?
Listen, we got 123 people in the chat, 130 now.
Yeah,
they want to hear the truth.
Ready. They're ready.
I want to hear what G-Man has to say. So bring it.
All right. Well, so we're looking at some videos here that I found that kind of explain Erica Kirk. And now there's a lot going around. I don't know what is verifiably true, what is false. I've heard the ties to her Romanian, the angels, whatever, like the child trafficking connections in Romania. I don't know if any of that's true, but we're going to get some of that in these videos. So I just want to clarify that right up front. Like, I don't know if any of this stuff is true. These are videos that people are just sharing around, right? Mm-hmm. So this is Dog's World Official, and this is a AI video, AI text to talk, whatever. But this is the stuff that he found out about Erica Kirk. Here we go.
Oh, Charlie, I love you.
So Erica, I'm going to have to pause and talk to it because I post this to audio, everybody. So Erica Kirk, Miss USA, right? And then he's going to type in Miss USA, Donald Trump, getting some connections there, right?
Erica Frontsday, Arizona.
And here, I'm just going to like mute this because I don't want to get a copyright strike. So who owns the Miss USA pageant? So the Trump organization, Erica Kirk, Romania. So everyday heroes like you. Romanian Angels. So he's pointing out the Romanian Angels teamed up with the United States Marine Corps All right. And then there's this picture of the Romanian angels, like holiday event, whatever, right? There is a screenshot where he's saying Romanian probes Israeli adoption agency link in organ trafficking. So Romanian authorities are looking into possible connection links between Israeli adoption agencies and illegal global conspiracy to sell organs or for transplants. There's nothing mentioned about the Angels company here, right?
No.
So this is just a screenshot. Romania's child trafficking town. Dozens of people from Romania, the eastern town, Tendare.
And Romania is like the hot spot for trafficking.
Right. And then weren't like the Tate brothers, like Andrew Tate, weren't they over there in Romania? I don't know.
And the movie Hostel, right? When they showed them doing stuff to people, that was all in Romania and everything like that. You know.
Right. So, and then he was so he's talking about Charlie Kirk, asking about the Epstein files to be released. I mean, so is everybody. You know what I mean?
I hate my opponent.
So Erica Kirk, the 12 million fortune, Charlie Kirk leaves his wife, right, following the shooting. So she is now inheriting a lot, including becoming the CEO, right? So she has a GoFundMe. She raises nearly $5 million for Charlie Kirk's family following assassination. And then Turning Point USA sees upward of 18,000 new chapter requests overnight. So the company is a booming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Donald Trump's, we're still talking about Jeffrey Epstein. You guys have talked about him for years. Come on. Right? And so they're insinuating that Charlie Kirk was fighting to get the Epstein files out, and maybe this was one reason why he was taken out.
Could be. Could be.
And then, this is just a whatever, blah, blah, blah. I thought this was the text to talk, but I think that's the next video here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So this one's crazy. This is the video that you were talking about where she was in this music video, right?
Yeah.
And this is from Real Moon Henry on Instagram here.
So you saw the snake eye thing, right? What if I told you there's a music video with Erica being an actor getting with a guy named Tyler with certain dates in the video? Not just 9/10, which we know what that is, but also 10/10. What is 10/10 supposed to be? Y'all, I cannot even believe this, but we know the music industry is practicing divination and summoning demons to write their music. And you'll never guess who married Tyler and Erica in the music video. So first off, credit where credit is due. There's this guy named Ayan Atta over there on Twitter, and he got a message from Chris. Chris says there's a music video by Emerson Drive called She's My Kind of Crazy. And in the video, there's with questionable numbers and questionable relationships. Iron, Ra, Atta, Ma. It is 2025, y'all. Learn Pig Latin. I had to record this very carefully so I can show you guys. All we're doing in this video is going over a really cool music video. So the actress in the music video, which you know who that is, actually commented on this 13 years ago. What a blast Tyler and I had shooting the video with you guys. This is in the end of the video when they're ziplining. 9/10 and 10/10. What in the world is 10/10? Now 1000% unrelated. Remember a few days ago when I made a video about people on Twitter warning of a certain event to come? Completely unrelated. I just wanted to remind y'all. Now, something that I saw when I was watching the video, it was very strange how Elvis himself was marrying them. You can say it's not Elvis all you want. I know what I see.
Dang.
And then, of course, we have a wedding chapel. And then, of course, we have these guys singing like actual goons. Some rappers and musicians call it the Rain Man. Some call it an alter ego. Roman, Sasha Fierce. But one thing is truly clear if you can actually see. Divination itself, workings of demons and fallen angels, is behind the whole media industry.
Okay. Yeah, he's talking about angels and demons and stuff. Little off topic here for me, but the snake eyes, what he's talking about is there's a video going around, and with these videos, I'm never sure if it's just the camera, the angle that's making her eyes yellow, right? Because everybody's like, look at her eyes. They're yellow. And like when she looks up, it looks like her pupil becomes like reptilian.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it could just be a pixelated, blurred version of what, it's not HD. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, It could be that I sent you a video, the first video I sent you today, and I'm like, that's not the same person.
Yes.
You know, that's not the same person. Like, even if you lose a little bit of weight, like the eyes are different, the chin is different. And I'm just like,
Right.
I even sent you a photo of Charlie Kirk. There's three photos of him being like so completely looking different. It's just,
Well, let's watch the video that you sent, and then going back to what he was talking about, like 10-10, like
yes,
he's asking what is 10-10, what's going to happen on 10-10, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
and if nothing happens on 10-10, the fear, because the rapture was supposed to happen and it didn't, and that got everybody all razzed up. It's just to keep people on their seat, and something could happen 10-10 3 years from now, and they'll be like, I told you it was 10-10. And we're like,
Right.
yeah, that was 3 years ago, right?
well, let's check this out here. So this guy's saying not the same woman.
Guys,
a lot of people
these
are
two
saying
can't
it.
be the same people. Watch this video.
He is, my husband, Charlie Kirk, is a force. He is a force.
The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically
Wow.
to save, and my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy.
All right,
How are you
that's enough.
smiling?
Okay, you have seen the side-by-side video of the speech from last year and the speech from this year, and there is no way that these two are the same people. And the speech itself, it looks like an act. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry if I'm offending anyone, but read between the lines. This looks like an act. This can't be real. Guys.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely seems like an act, man. I mean, when she's going like, so good.
And whose
I'm like,
name
what?
does she say and get so elated? Who is she saying? I want to thank G-Man.
Oh,
And
dude.
smiles like
I honestly, I don't know.
like how are you smiling? Your husband just got shot yesterday and is dead, and she's like, I want to thank. Like, sorry, the whole at the casket, the whole thing smells of
something. Smells of something, man.
Of malarkey.
Well, and I want to get into like her family and her background, and I think that this is the video that I was looking for originally that kind of talks about who her parents are,
Yeah,
their ties
like
with
follow-
Raytheon, Department of Defense, right? Like,
Follow the money, honey.
yeah, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Charlie, I love you.
Wait, is this the same video?
Arizona.
Yeah, this is the same video. I'm going to have to find the one that I'm talking about here. Let's see.
And doesn't she throw up the devil horns at the end? But people say it means love, and I'm
Right.
like, you could just do this, blow a kiss, or like, oh God, man.
Yeah, here we go.
It's frustrating because I'm trying to convince people who know this shit's bullshit, who are still following for this bullshit.
So this is dogvworld.com or official, whatever.
2006. Before Erica ever met Charlie Kirk, her mother was already inside the halls of power, a defense contractor with ties to Homeland Security, the Pentagon, FEMA, and Raytheon. The groundwork was being laid in 2012. At just 17, Erica founded a nonprofit and claimed she had the U.S. Marine Corps co-funding an orphanage in Romania, a teenager with global pull who opened those doors for her. 2016. Charlie Kirk takes the stage at the Republican National Convention. In interviews, he distances himself from Trump, yet pledges support, a careful move from a rising star. 2017. Meanwhile, Erica sharpens her credentials at Liberty University in the evangelical hub where politics, power, and faith collide. 2018, New York. Erica appears on Bravo's Summer House, billed as a Corcoran real estate agent, but state records show no license. August 2018, Phoenix. Turning Point USA opens a new headquarters. Erica, convinced by insider Tyler Bowyer, suddenly relocates from New York and meets Charlie at the very moment the empire expands, December 2018. 4 months later, a company is born, Superfeed Technologies. On its board, Erica's mother, Turning Point USA's chief operator, a Tea Party financier, and oil money. Circle is closing 2024. Superfeed explodes into headlines linked to Carrie Lake's campaign. accused of fusing big data with political manipulation. What began with Erica's mother and Turning Point USA insiders now reaches the heart of American elections 2019. Tyler Bowyer becomes chairman of Turning Point USA's board. Turning Point Action, the political strike arm, is launched under his command. The machine grows stronger. 2020. Her New York pastor, David Engelhardt, joins Turning Point USA's board, spiritual leader and organizational insider. Later, he will help usher her to the top 2021. Erica marries Charlie. At a Turning Point summit, she warns young women.
Try to attach the boss babe label to a positive work mode mindset.
Yep. She denounces ambition, even as power gathers around her. September 9th, 2025. Charlie sparks controversy in an interview with Ben Shapiro. The next morning, Erica tweets a cryptic verse, God is our refuge and strength. Hours later, Charlie Kirk is assassinated at a college in Utah. September 10th, 2025. In the chaos that follows, the board of Turning Point USA moves instantly. They unanimously name Erica Kirk as CEO and chair. Her pastor is there. The succession is complete.
Right, so weird. By the way, I really wish these accounts would stop putting music in the background. It ruins it. Like if you watch this, if you're listening, just a word of advice, just talk it, bro. Just say it.
What do you think? What do you think, Rio? He's telling me. What do you think about all this?
Yeah.
All right.
What up? What up, Rio? Yeah. So I honestly, there's a lot to Erica Kirk. I mean, she benefits from the death of Charlie, right?
If
Becoming
that's
the
really
CEO.
her, like that looks like the real Erica Kirk in that video. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. And it's just like I said, we're not here to offend anybody, but holy crap. Like, they're giving us enough
At this
stuff.
point,
Oops. Sorry.
Yeah, at this point. Like,
So like right here, this might be unpopular, but I find it very weird how a widow has stepped into a CEO role, delivered 2 speeches, one at a stadium memorial where Charlie's parents weren't even present, and she is already going on podcasts just 2 weeks after her husband was assassinated instead of being at home with her 2 young children. I mean, I know she's not going to be at her home. Like, she's got a job to do. She's got to step into this CEO role. She's got to do, like, I mean, it is part of showbiz, right?
It is part of it, but it's not going anywhere. Like your husband wasn't sick with cancer, and you knew that he was going to pass away, and this is it. Like, the dude got fucking executed, and it's like, where are your kids? And I find the kids very strange. You never see them, any photos of them. It just seems
that might be to protect them, honestly. Like, when you see photos of them and their faces are covered, that's probably to protect
I
the kids.
agree, but I also think I just think they're all actors, and I think the character of Charlie Kirk needed to be removed so they can move forward some kind of agenda. And whether he's removed for real or not, we all have to come to agreement. None of this makes sense. It just keeps piling up and piling up and piling up.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was saying earlier, I think this is the tug at the hearts of Christians, and down the road past something. Apparently, the day that he did get executed, they voted against releasing the Epstein files. So
they did.
They will use everything they can to distract, to discourage, to emulate some kind of emotion, which they did. Everyone was like, "Oh my God!" And it's just like,
I will say this: there is a reason there are 160 people watching this. There's a reason why videos about Charlie Kirk are going viral right now. There's a reason why they're allowing Candace Owens with millions of subscribers to talk
say
about
what she's saying.
inside baseball with Charlie Kirk and the video file, right? Because they want this to circulate, because it is distracting people from what's going on in the background.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's completely obvious to a content creator. I see this, dude. So I know what's going on.
Yeah, and it's distracting the people that are awake to all this. We are awake to all this. Like, let's fucking do something about this. And I'm talking even up here in Canada, too. Like I said earlier, if 50% or more of the population is like, fucking, I'm done with this. So we got to do something. We have to do, I don't know what that is, but it's not us talking every week on here trying to wake up the actual right side now. Because everyone in here is awake to all this, but we have to really wake up to both sides are playing us. Maybe it's 5D chess. Maybe they're arresting people and there's Gitmo trials.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's nothing left There's nothing left. By the time if it does get cleaned up, there'll be nothing left. We're going to kill each other over even this. You know, everyone was saying blood is on the hands of the liberals. And I'm like, a liberal didn't do this. This was a black ops operation.
Right,
like,
exactly.
You know,
here is Erica Kirk throwing out the OK sign, like the 3-6, right? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Holding up
just
the cross.
listen, stop being on social media. Spend time with your kids. Your company's not going anywhere. Stop with the devil horns while you're hugging Trump. Like, just stop, because we're going to pick it apart. We're going to pick it apart.
She first met Charlie Kirk in Israel, like on a little.
I
thing
said
here.
this
Oops.
right here.
Sorry.
Could she have honey potted Charlie?
That's what people are saying. Here's a clip
really?
from Brandon.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that nothing is by mistake.
All right.
Nothing.
Nothing's by mistake. Her words.
I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. Well, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line. And I remember looking behind me. And in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now, did we know that? No, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at timestamps, seeing that both of us were in Israel at the same time. But nothing is by coincidence when God is within you. Okay?
They tell you, dude. Nothing's by coincidence, right?
Fuck, they just tell us. And we know they tell us, and we still want to fight about it and say, no, it's like, no, this is what they want. Because now you have the conservatives fighting with each other, being like, this wasn't real, this is real. So they did exactly what they wanted. It's just caused division amongst those that are already awake.
Well, and now, I mean, if you look at after Charlie Kirk was killed, or like his character was killed, you had 250 U.S. legislators promoting this Israel, 50 states, one Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
The House.
Could she be his handler? What do you think?
Dude,
Dex Frost is saying, Dex is coming up with all the stuff I talk about. Dex is he's stealing all my lines. He's in there in the chat. But we talked about that being like a lot of these people have handlers.
Maybe.
All of them.
I mean, there's some people in the chat saying way too conspiratorial, but that's how this show and this topic rolls, man. I mean, this is a conspiracy
wouldn't be
show.
if they didn't give us. They're giving us enough to make it conspiratorial. Like, really, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Like, every day you're giving us something more, being like, huh? What do you mean the kid wasn't at the university? What do you mean they're not going to interview the kid?
And his neck didn't stop a bullet. I'm sorry. And isn't it odd?
Yes, it did, Greg. Yes, it did. I'm unfollowing you, Greg.
I know, right? How dare you be too conspiratorial?
How dare you? Sorry, G-Man.
There was a video or a screenshot of Tyler Robinson, the supposed assassinator of Charlie Kirk, at a Dairy Queen, right?
Hey, he's got to get his lick on.
Well, and in the background, you saw a promo of Superman. I'm trying to find it in our Telegram chat here. But like Candace Owens released that because suddenly Candace Owens is getting all of this influx of data and tips and tricks because she has her own like tips hotline, whatever the hell.
I mean, she says she's seen the footage of that camera behind him. How?
Right.
How?
Because she has connections to TP USA. But I'm like, I thought the FBI had that footage.
That's what I was just about to say.
Right.
Like, they can't even keep up with their own lies.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I don't know if Candace is lying or not, but like she's trying to get to the bottom of this. But I think that she knows that everybody else is trying to get to the bottom of this. And she has millions of followers. And so she might be getting fed. You never know what she's getting fed, right? She might be getting fed.
We are never going to get to the bottom of this. We never got to the bottom of what happened to the Titanic, 9/11, JFK, COVID. We're never going to know. And you have to be okay with that. And I'm fine with that because we can chat about it. But it's time to pull our socks up and do something about this. At some point, we can't just be sitting here.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
Tar and feathering. Let's bring back tar and feathering, you know?
Aye.
We're not killing them, but, they'll have feathers attached to them for the rest of life.
Well, so this was the picture that was released of Tyler Robinson supposedly at a Dairy Queen in Utah, taken at 6:38 p.m., roughly 17 minutes from the campus. This was the day of the shooting. So this was right after the shooting, 17 minutes away. There is a poster of Superman, the Man of Steel. And isn't it odd that now you have the Man of Steel stopping a bullet with his neck? Right?
And
like
saving but again, they're making him like this. Because of his Man of Steel neck, it saved the people behind them.
It was a miracle.
Guys, please. Like honestly, it's the miracle of the bullet that grazed past an ear. If it was one more inch, please, please, I'm begging you. Please.
Dude, it is nuts.
It's
let's see.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry about this now. Like,
I have one last video of Erica Kirk, and let's see here. It's from this guy. He's talking about the Knights Templar almost kind of stuff connection. This might be a stretch, but I'm just showing what I'm seeing, people. Check this out.
Oh, this is completely insane. You need to see this right now, okay? Erica Kirk, you see the necklace there?
Look at the necklace.
The cross, the double cross. Yeah, red and white. Here it is. The Knights Templar, Knights of Malta, is the Maltese cross. Yeah, from the York Rite Freemasonry.
Right, showing her and the king.
Who's
King Charles? He's got the same kind of pendant.
King Sausage Fingers?
Yeah, dude. Big old sausage.
So yeah, if you didn't know, here they are, Knights Templars from the York Rite. Mostly Christian side, okay? The sun side, and this is the moon side. The Black Lodge, I guess, and the Scottish Rite is all the Jews, okay? So Judaism, Muslims are on the other side of Freemasonry. And look at that, Erica Kirk, okay? KKK, 3K, okay? K is the 11.
That's a little reaching. I don't know about that.
No, it's not.
That's
Gregory.
not reaching?
It's not, G-man.
Okay. I'm like,
listen, we're going to reach for some things, but some things are just handed to us. We don't even need to reach. They're just saying, here you go. What are you going to do about it?
Like Erica with a K. She had to have that third K in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like, yes, there is a lot of reaching.
Right.
But we have, that's where we can have fun with stuff and be like, is he reaching or not reaching?
Well, yeah. And that's why I want to play these videos.
This traumatized people.
Yeah.
That's what's unfortunate about this.
Yep.
Real or not, this traumatized people on both sides.
Yeah,
They're
and
both
Richard
sides.
in the chat saying Templars and the Knights of Malta are not the same. So, I mean, there's a lot to learn.
Yes.
From a lot of these videos, everybody.
We have after chats sometimes, and I said to Richard, we got to get you on, and
Hell
we're
yeah.
going to call it. Oh, Richard is so knowledgeable. I even said to him, how do you know all this shit? Like, he's a fountain of information. He has a very soothing voice, and he can sing happy birthday in 3 different languages. So,
knows so much about Catholicism, too.
yeah, so much.
Right before we get out of here, I got to know.
A happy belated birthday to Cassie. Sorry.
Ooh.
It was Cassie's birthday.
Okay, happy belated.
Miss Cupcake. And my birthday is on Tuesday. I'll be turning 50.
Hell yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Dude, it's a hill. You're getting over the hill, man.
That's it. I'm getting over the hill.
So check this out. So Candace Owens again is saying that Tyler Robinson, so she's getting all this information about Tyler Robinson. She came out today on a reel or something on, it was a short on YouTube. She said that she got some information that Tyler Robinson didn't even visit the UVU campus ever. Like he was near there, but never visited. And now I'm saying, well, how do you verify this, right? Because you're just getting some tips and like words from people. Like people can just send you a lie. How do you verify it? She also was sent some information about Tyler Robinson's dad getting $1 million for turning in his son.
I heard about that. I would have held out for more, just saying.
So check this out.
Add a 0, and then I'd hand in my son. Give me 10 mil.
Right. So this is
was dropping bombs tonight on her most recent episode, Why Are They Lying About Charlie Kirk, revealing that Bill Ackman, one of Charlie's biggest donors, gave the FBI $1 million for a reward to whoever identified the shooter. And now that money is going to the alleged shooter's dad. Watch this.
It's not clear to me is that the story that we were told was that Tyler Robinson allegedly, after speaking with the pastor, his dad turned him in. Bill Ackman, probably $1 million, right? Thanks, Bill. You really cared about Charlie. And that money is now going to the father of this child who, after prayer and speaking to a pastor, they're saying, okay, well, he turned himself in. That we were told he turned himself in. Now we're being told that actually he hasn't confessed. So I'm just wondering, how do you turn yourself in without confessing? Because if I say my kid did it, that's enough for an arrest?
Mike Robinson was being called the father of justice, and we were told that he was involved in law enforcement. But now we know that's actually not true at all. In fact, Matt Robinson operates a family-owned construction company. The Washington County Sheriff's Office even had to issue a statement to clarify, saying Deputy Matt Robinson is not connected or related to the individual apprehended last night. But of course, the media wanted you to think that he was. Now, Candace Owens made many other claims about Bill Ackman on this episode, and he has taken to Twitter to vehemently deny all of them. But he hasn't denied this. I mean, it's totally normal, right? For just a good dad to turn in his son and then get $1 million. As always, I want to hear what you think.
Yeah, so she's spreading that out, but it's very strange, right? So it's almost like the dad had some incentive, like, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you say your son did it.
Listen, man, you give me $10 US, I'll turn Bangladesh because $10 US is about $1,000 Canadian up here in Canada.
Geez,
so
yeah.
I turn that bastard at any time. But again, it's like
such a loyal friend.
Well, at one point, he was going to help me get my green card to get out of Canada, but I actually feel a little safer up here until things can settle down.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they're just sort of, whoever's writing the script to this, I feel is just throwing shit out. And it's just like, are you not thinking about what you're doing? And why does Candace have all this information? It's kind of okay. What I really want to see, folks? Why does the FBI just release part of the clip of the guy running on the roof and coming down? They have the whole clip of him there shooting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. That part.
Yeah. Where is the footage of him shooting the bullet? Right.
Yeah. They want to give us just enough just to fuck with us, just to right in the ear. Wet Willie.
Well, I'm just saying, without being a total conspiracy theorist, these are simple questions that everybody can ask. Where is the footage of the gun being fired? Where is all the blood? Why was there not an ambulance there? Right? I'm just saying,
someone actually said in the comments that there was some kind of paramedic behind, and once the shooting happened, the paramedic didn't move. They just sat there, and
even more suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, you're trained for that. There's just a lot of what ifs, and they're just. I almost feel like they're sitting there, and it's it's right now. There's a bingo card just on Charlie Kirk, So I don't know what's left on the bingo card. The next thing on the bingo card will be this kid kills himself in prison, and the cameras go off.
Dude, that's what they're saying. They're saying he's suicidal. They have him on suicide watch, and I'm like,
you know what I mean?
I don't believe that.
That's next. Something will happen to him, or the dad, or his transgender roommate, or whatever that was. That's what's next on the bingo card.
Yeah. No, and we haven't heard much about the transgendered roommate. We haven't heard much about what is all this, because apparently there was transgender ideology written all over those bullets. But it's like,
you won't. It's like every other talking point. We get it. It's in the news for 24 hours, and then it moves. What's funny is I went onto my Instagram to clean up my account, and I have in saved folders, I have a folder that says trust the plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I forgot about this.
Oh boy.
I have a new folder that says there is no plan.
Okay,
So
there you go.
Trust the plan was what I set up in 2020 up until I started not believing this in 2022. I forgot I had that folder, and I went back and looked at stuff. It'd be fun to do a show on old shit, Greg, that's happened in the last bit, in the first 2 years of this, and be like, what happened to any of this stuff? Like the Wayfair shipping containers stuff, the Balenciaga stuff. Like
all that crazy
I
stuff
literally
back in
have
the day.
2 folders. Trust the plan, and then now there's one that said there is no plan.
Dude, I mean, there's a plan. I just don't think it's the plan that everybody else thinks it is.
No.
I mean,
And I'd love to be, both Greg and I would love to be wrong about this, because it just tells us that, yeah, we're going to have a better world for our kids. But right now, like I said, I'm turning 50. Part of my dilemma now is like, am I going to spend the next 25 years of my life dealing with what's happened the last 5 years? Because I don't know if I could even take that. So at this point, I might have to tap out.
yeah. So I think we're going here. There's still people joining, but I think we're going to be we're ending it here. I see some people in the chat saying like, what about the exploding mic? Go back and watch. We went over we went over a lot of different stuff.
And go back to our previous episodes. The last 2 episodes, we broke down everything. And we actually were saying it's going to probably be a 2 or 3 part series.
There might be even more. Who knows?
There might even more. We were actually supposed to have a guest on yesterday, but we couldn't. So that actually worked to our advantage in a way, because we've never had 276 people in the live chat.
Thanks for joining. If you guys like this content, sub up, hit the like button. Go join us over on Telegram. That's where I'm most active every single day, sharing a lot of this stuff that I find. Everybody's sharing stuff, honestly, on there. So
there's so much. There's so much.
Yeah. So that's great. Hopefully you guys like the episode. Leave a comment. We want to hear from you guys. Want to know what you guys think?
Yeah. And be kind to each other, even in the Telegram chat, guys. If you don't disagree or not, just listen. We're all here.
Keep it
for
real.
One reason. We're keeping it real.
Okay, well, Flex, you stay safe up there in Canada. Everybody else, stay steamy.
Steamy.